Loosen up the mucus. Yeah, I need to do some Arnold Schwarzenegger shit. Level up and welcome back. This is our Save Before Quitting news segment. We are Save Before Quitting. I am Ant. That is Chris. You should know us by now if you're watching this. If not, welcome. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate you spending some time with us. As always, save letter B number 4 quitting on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. That is Titty
gang.
Join the Titty gang. Be a part of the Titty gang. We appreciate the Titty gang, and you can do that by following us on YouTube, joining our Discord. Please join the Discord. Following us on Patreon, following us on Twitter, sending us an email, savebeforequitting, all the way spelled out, at gmail.com if you want to send us an email. Savebeforequitting, all the way spelled out.com if you would like some merch. If you want to, we got some really dope ass merch.
We just gave some away too.
We did just give some away during the Game Awards, which we will get to. Yeah, man, what am I forgetting? Anything else?
There's one last thing, which we will be recording for right after this. The last episode of the year, patreon.com/saveletterb4quitting, where you can support us for however much you'd like. You get a couple extra podcasts a month. You get more content. You get these news slides that Ant puts together. We get to talk to you guys directly. You get to tell us things in the comments there if you want to tell us things that are more specific. Tell us what you want on Patreon and what you want content-wise. Let us know.
Yeah.
But everything that you give us there goes straight back to making the podcast a little bit better, bit by bit, every single time. And I think that's the last bit of Shilling.
Yeah.
So let's get straight into it.
Right to the news.
Right to the news this week. I see that you started with the sad news this time and not ended with it, which is a good.
I learned my lesson.
Yeah, if you're new here, we do this thing by accident all the time where we take the sad news and it's for some reason the last story. So we're gonna start
on a horrible note.
Yeah, and then it's like, well, that's the video. I guess if you liked it, go do something. But we're gonna start with some sad news this week. And then move on to some lighter notes. But Battlefield head, Infinity Ward co-founder, and Respawn CEO Vince Zampella has died at age 55.
Rest in peace, man.
Yeah.
That's tragic news. It happened right before Christmas, so even more tragic. I really don't know what else to say. Obviously, for those who have been here since the beginning, me and Chris are huge Respawn fans. We love Respawn, so
yeah, give us Titanfall 3, please.
Yes. So
did you see the video of it?
Yes, unfortunately, I saw him coming out of the tunnel.
Yeah,
it was insane.
So it's weird because I don't want to touch on it too much because it's a little bit morbid. But it was weird to me because it was just on my feed, uncensored, casually. Mm-hmm. And I was like, whoa, dude, what the fuck was that I just witnessed? And then I later found out that was him. Because I didn't even know, the description was not even it's this person or whatever.
I think I saw the same post.
It was just straight up here's a video of this insane car crash. And unfortunately it was this person in the car. I don't plan on sharing that as a video reference in this video at all. No need for that. Also, I don't recommend going and seeking that out, if I'm being honest. It was a little bit jarring.
Also, no need. You'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine without that. That unfortunately did happen. I think it was in California or something along the lines of that.
Yeah.
And unfortunately that happened. So rest in peace to him, and thoughts and prayers to his family, especially during the holiday season. Definitely a rough thing to see right before the holidays and experience.
It's a heavy loss for the gaming industry as a whole too.
Yeah.
Battlefield, Infinity War. So he's been on Battlefield. He's been on Call of Duty. He's been on the Respawn. Like that's a heavy loss for the gaming industry.
For sure.
So prayers up to his family and friends.
And now on to some lighter news, but still technically not great, I guess.
Yeah, this was eye-opening for me. I felt like this would lead to a good convo, but hardware sales and physical game spending in the US just had the worst November in 30 years. This news came soon after the Black Friday-ish going into Christmas time frame. It hit me because we do a lot of talking on here about unfortunate like layoffs in companies and cutbacks and delays, and I think it has some, and just how the gaming landscape is changing in a dramatic way. At first it just seemed like, hey, on the low, like gaming is going like shifting, but like now it's like no, like gaming is changing in a way where it's affecting game sales. And you know, they always say speak with your wallet, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think more so than that, it's just I feel like the gamer itself is something different than it was a couple of years ago.
For sure.
Hardware and game sales being down lets me know that, like, we always talking about the Fortnite-ification of video games now. Mm-hmm. Your Fortnites, your Roblox, your Minecraft, your even like the annualized things, like your Call of Duty. Like, if it doesn't land there, it's almost becoming like it's a huge risk for these companies to make like these brand new IPs or dump these hundreds of millions of dollars into a property now because of things like this. Mm-hmm. I feel like gaming is going in the direction that the giants might not be prepared for, or they weren't prepared for yet. They tried to get prepared for it, like with Sony's initiative with the online games, where they tried to like throw a whole bunch of online games at you, and in some of those they had to just straight up like cancel. Either can't complete DLC just wiped out. Mm-hmm. I saw a list recently of a list of the DLC that Sony has wiped out in the last 2 years, and it was the Spider-Man DLC, it was the Last of Us DLC, it was the God of War DLC. It was all things that were like online multiplayer modes. Mm-hmm.
Which is crazy to think that those were the things that got canned, when in theory those could have led to more money, like with microtransactions in them, in theory, if you think about it.
True, but I think that also speaks to the fear that these companies have now. Like, they're scared to invest because they're to be fair, like no one's getting a return on their investment anymore.
It's true.
Unless you're like fucking like, unless you're Valve, or unless you're Epic, or companies like that. You know what I mean? Like, mm-hmm. I wouldn't be surprised if like they're in these offices like we straight up being like, we don't know,
what the fuck do we do?
What do we do?
For sure.
There's a rumor going out. I'm pretty sure it's a rumor and it hasn't been substantiated, but that PS6 is now might be moved to 2028 and not 2027.
I would love that.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. I don't think any of these companies need to jump to some next console.
Yeah, I mean, we've been discussing the whole jumping to the next console as like, not to use the common phrase, but it's very much been jumping the shark, you know? Like, right. We've not even touched the surface of what the PS5 should be capable of yet. Like, hell, we haven't even gotten GTA 6 yet. Not even right. As like I know it's like the common joke now, like we get this and this and this for GTA 6, but like we haven't even gotten that yet, and you're expecting us to buy a whole new console that hasn't had much of anything on it to show. Like there's definitely like a decent amount now. Like we're at where I think we should have been in like maybe year 2. I think year 2, this is where we should have been at with the amount of games that are out right now. But like as far as exclusives go with Sony, it's definitely been dropping to an insane amount where it's like, what's even the point anymore now that they're putting stuff on Steam? You just wait 6 months and then you can get that thing that you wanted to get that was on PlayStation exclusively. But even in that sense, it's like the exclusives are so far in between each other that it's just like, it's almost like the Avatar movies, you know? It's like it's like 9 years, it feels like, until we get the next movie or the next game or the next exclusive. And then it's like, okay, well now I finally have gotten it and it's coming to Steam in like 3 months from now. So like what's even the point, you know?
Right.
It makes sense why the sales are looking bad, especially on top of all of the actual on top of like the culture of gaming switching to a more free-to-play based model and like gamers becoming a little bit more I was gonna say absent-minded. That's not the right word. More like, what's the snappiness of it, like the fast attention span or low attention span.
Oh yeah. Like, a little bit. The attention span just isn't there. Like I know what you're talking about.
Like they're not playing campaigns anymore. Like they're playing things like Roblox and things like Fortnite, where there's all these different game modes in there where you can play any game that you want inside of one game, which I understand. And it's like a TikTok, but as a game. Like Fortnite is TikTok, you know, like straight up. And I understand why that's the case, and I understand why it's successful. I mean, I fucking play it for Christ's sake, because it's just like everything's there. They just added Batman Beyond. That's why I have my background as the Batman Beyond nightclub behind me. It's like, you know, like it's fucking cool. And it's one of those things where it's like I understand it, but at the same time, the world's pretty shitty right now too, on top of all of that at the same time. So the whole entire landscape for gaming, like they're losing on both ends. They're losing from the culture aspect, and they're losing from the actual, like the world and the money that is going into them. They're not gonna get any return on investment because people don't have the money to spend on gaming right now.
I'm about to say that.
They need groceries.
Yeah, and to add to what you're saying, nothing is getting cheaper. Everything's getting more expensive. And from what I'm just reading, the reason they're thinking about moving to 2028 is because of the RAM shortage. So even these billion-dollar companies are like, yo, that shit's expensive, because they'd be forced to sell a PS6 to us for like $1,200.
And I honestly, here's the thing: it's like I don't know. They're sure they're gonna sell some for sure, but like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And like I there's a part of me that's almost like thankful that they're seeing that, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm hoping that that's the case. Obviously these are just, you know, like speculations and rumors and through the grapevines of like what Sony is thinking and feeling and whatnot. But it's like, I really do hope that that's the case, that they're pushing that back, because they need to take a step back and look at what they've done with the PS5 so far and realize that it is not worth it to move forward with another generation as of this point.
It's just not. I don't see how they can make it work, how they can financially make it make sense. Obviously, I don't know their pockets. I'm sure they're doing fine. PS5 is selling fantastic. Like that's not the issue. It's more so like I'm thinking of like longevity, right? If this is the worst selling in 30 years. 30 years is a long time. I was
That's
9.
how many I am.
Yeah, I was 9 years old 30 years ago. And that's like N64 came out. And if I'm trying to think of like why that could have been the lowest selling since then, what happened in that year besides 64 coming out?
Was there like a blizzard or something? Nobody could get to the stores.
Maybe people couldn't trudge through the snow. But I don't know. It's just interesting, man. Like, what does this say going forward? Like, if this is the case right now, I'm interested to see in 2027 what we're saying about where we are in video games. Like you said, the TikTokification of everything. How does that work in an era of AAA gaming? How does that work? Or does it not work in an era of AAA gaming?
I think it doesn't work, but at the same time, that gives room for other devs, like indie devs and just smaller studios to thrive. And that's almost makes me more exciting. Like, you know, like, not to be like down with the AAA games, but like at the same time, I'm like, if we get less AAA games, but we're getting like so many more actually original ideas that we're talking about a decent amount of them pretty soon at the end of this episode when we get to the Game Awards section. Like, there's so many like unique ideas that we got to see at the Game Awards that like genuinely made me interested. And I'm not even trying to like hype up this year's Game, because I don't even think this year's Game Awards were that much better than previous years. But like the games that they showed this year made me more excited to play the games that are coming, because there's just such a variety, and in that variety there's something for everyone, which is the really cool part about it. It's not just like the next big pod, the next big shooter game, the next big that, but there are those, and there's also like some other stuff at the side, and that's what it makes me more excited for, because in a world where this shit becomes a luxury, Steam becomes just the best thing in the world. And all of these like lower end, not lower end in quality, but like lower budget wise companies can make like some great fucking art straight up. Like,
you're right.
That, and that's all that makes me look forward to, because obviously we're also in a time period where AI is becoming a thing, and all of these big companies are trying to force AI into their games, and people are not about it. So it's like, if you're going to do that and you're going to try to force AI down our throats in the AAA games at the same time, I'm going to go frickin' play the art games. I've been playing Dead Cells for 2 weeks straight now and having a great fucking time. And it's fucking gorgeous. But it's one of those things where it's like, it just makes me more excited about what actual artists can make in the future.
Well put. I think... I think that we're going to see a hard pivot in the way these companies do things. I'm not sure what that pivot is, but there is a certain AAA fatigue going on, and I'm noticing it. Like games like Ghost of Yotei came out.
I still
while they're amazing games, while they're fantastic games, I don't feel the hype anymore. You know what I mean? Like for those that archetype of game.
For sure.
While there are people who are hyped, there used to be like everything stops, everyone's playing the same thing. Like, I don't know. It feels like there's a very evident fatigue. And I think that's for the people who were keeping those games in the consensus, the people who were pumping money into that type of game were like the 30s and up, like this decade, like our decade. And everybody under that is the people who are into the annual thing, the Call of Duty thing, the Roblox thing, the Fortnite thing. And not that these are bad things. I'm just saying this is the difference in generations of people. Because while I can appreciate Fortnite and things like that, and Roblox and things like that, like I'm talking about like the teenagers now, the shit that they're playing. Like, I wasn't playing those type of games as I was waiting for like the campaigns to come out. I was still playing those. Like, there's always going to be room for Call of Duty. There's always going to be room for 2K and Madden, like all the annualized things. I'm not talking about, you can put those to the side. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about like like when I was a teenager, like there were still like Final Fantasy VII, Metal Gear Solid, like these games that you like, Spider-Man. Those were all still like, hey, when this comes out, I'm not playing anything but this. Grand Theft Auto 3, those were still like, hey,
yeah,
this comes out, everything else moves out the way.
for sure.
And I think it's just different now. I think we're starting to see this subtle shift happen, and it's becoming not so subtle anymore.
It is definitely not so subtle. It's one of those things where, I don't know, it's scary, but I also, like I've said it multiple, in regards to the changing tides. I was just talking about the new SpongeBob movie. I'll bring it up again, and we talked about it off cam, but it's like, I went to see that in the theaters because I was like, I watched SpongeBob growing up, obviously, and I went to see the new movie, and it was jarring because, and not in a bad way. It's just that it was one of those things where I was like, wow, this is really not for me anymore. Because at least when I remember SpongeBob back as a kid, like it felt like there was like pacing and like there was time in between the jokes and like there was setup to the story and whatnot like that. But like in this movie, it was just like joke, 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 joke. And it was like really not well thought out ones either.
Yeah.
And then repeating the same one over and over again, like not even in like a funny callback way, in a way where it's like, okay, we've done that twice now. This is the third time and I'm exhausted from it already. And now here's a fourth time. But at the same time, I need to understand I'm not the audience anymore. And that's the whole thing. It's like they're making games right now that we're not the audience for, but they also are at the same time. But then it's just like this whole, like, it doesn't really make sense what the gaming industry wants to be, like who are they selling to? Because they're selling to us technically, but they're also not, like they're not advertising to kids.
We are not it's hard to say. I want to say we're not the demographic anymore. The demographic used to be from what, like mid-teens to like
20s,
mid-20s.
Yeah, probably
maybe late 20s.
Even some kids too, like in the general, like under that too. Like I'd even put like maybe like from 8 up. Like that's kind of like the age where like video games become prevalent, I would say. Yeah,
I guess I'm talking about like the ages where like that's who's spending the money now. The money is being. But I understand what I like the SpongeBob reference because you know what else is doing that, and it's killing me? The Simpsons.
Oh yeah.
But it's still funny, but they're altering the timeline so that it kind of lands for newer. It kind of relates better to people who are watching it growing up now. Because, example, in the older episodes, and I watch it, like if Homer has a flashback to when he was a kid in like the 70s, late 60s going into the 70s.
Yeah.
And then Bart and Lisa were born in like the late 80s, 90s, and everything like that. Now it's so weird when Homer I realized it like a couple of weeks ago. In the new episodes, when Homer has a flashback, it's to like the early 90s. I'm like, wait. It's fucking me up, right? Because then there's episodes where like Homer's a little older and Bart's like a teenager, but they have like smartphones. I'm like, as someone who's watched this show since 89, like they've shifted when everybody was like born, so to speak. So now they're like, all their references to when Homer was a kid, he's playing like more modern like games or using more modern technology, and it's just weird. It was jarring, like you said, to see. It's like, like the story is still funny, the writing is still Simpsons. It's just like they're playing in a different like realm now. They're playing in a different generation based on where they're flashing back to.
That's
Which
crazy.
I guess has to make sense because if they're showing new episodes and they all have smartphones and then they flash back, it wouldn't make sense for them to flash back to the 70s anymore.
No.
That would make them older than they are. So they aged everything up.
Damn, they went in Fortnite and then they aged up. That's crazy.
Yeah.
They time travel. That's honestly, that might be it. I'm not even trying to like play. Like that might be straight up the thing that changed it. But yeah, man, I don't know. It's interesting to see. All that to say, sales are down.
Yeah.
You know,
go buy games.
Go buy games, but buy games that you want to play. I think.
Yes.
Check out the Steam Winter Sale, because the Steam Winter Sale is very worth it. Speaking of spending money, new first-person shooter is coming very soon. Previously laced in a bunch of controversy. No, you're good. Marathon launches in March of 2026. There's a new 22-minute video doc. I don't like how they said vid doc. I don't like that in the post. VDoc. It's a video documentary with new infos and features about the game. It's going to be $39.99 with solo play, doubling down on a dark, gritty, and grounded sci-fi world. Improved visuals, deeper environmental storytelling, dead runners drop as corpses that decay over time, 4 zones, maps, perimeter, dire marsh, and outposts, and cryo archive onboard UESC Marathon is an endgame challenge. Weapons and mods, including ways to customize your gun in unique ways, like turning the battery SMG into the Needler, I assume from Halo. He's from Halo. That's how Medea says Halo. Faction jobs, upgrade trees, and capstone rewards. So Marathon's coming out soon. In March. I don't believe I will buy this, if I'm being honest. I think $40 is a good price, depending on... Because here's another thing. Are they going to do like microtransactions in this as well?
I would assume, just because every shooter has microtransactions. I'm
curious about that, because if not, then I'm more interested. I'm more interested if no microtransactions. Because $40 with a no microtransaction situation, that makes me slightly more interested. I do want to like watch more gameplay of it though, to be honest, so I might actually go check out that video doc. But it's one of those games where like, while it's on my radar, I don't think it's on it enough that I care to buy it when it comes out. Like, it's gonna be a Steam sale game for me unless it gets like some crazy reviews that I didn't see coming. That's the only thing that would change my mind.
I'm interested. Like, especially at that price point, as you said. And yeah, reviews are going to tell the story for me. Because even from what I've already seen of it, I'm like, I still can't put a finger on it. It's weird. Like, I don't know how I feel about this at all.
Yeah, I'm almost like indifferent. Like, I don't like it or hate it. But at the same time, it's like...
I like extraction shooters. So, I mean,
as long as it's good, then it's good.
Yeah,
that's all that really matters. But yeah, look forward to that in next year. Next up in the news.
Next up, Hollow Knight Silksong Sea of Tomorrow DLC. I'm sorry, Sea of Sorrow DLC. I said that wrong.
We just saying words wrong today. Halo.
That's gonna be that week between Christmas and New Year's where everything is just
everything's fucked.
Yeah. Hollow Knight Silksong Sea of Sorrow DLC is coming in 2026. Voyage across and beneath the salt-stricken seas in this thriving expansion, free for all players. New areas, bosses, tools, and more. Hornet's adventures continue in our nautically themed expansion, coming free to all players next year. We'll keep further details a secret for now, but expect additional info shortly before Hollow Knight Silksong Sea of Sorrow releases.
Hell yeah.
So, a banger game being Silksong, now coming with DLC that I'm sure everyone could have guessed. But if a game is going to get it, Silksong is definitely one to get that DLC. The lore is there's so much depth in the lore, same as the first Hollow Knight, so this should be interesting.
It's also cool that it's free as well.
Oh yeah, love that.
Like, it's crazy to see, like, because like that was what, a $20 game, right? I think.
Yes.
I think. Yeah, so like a $20 game with as much hype as it had behind it, they could have charged another $10 for that DLC, but they chose not to, and that's really cool. That's cool to see.
Definitely.
All right, last up in the news before we get into the Game Awards, Gears of War Emergence begins 2026. The E-Day game, which is a prequel to the Gears series, is officially coming in 2026. I guess we just never had like any sort of idea of when it was coming out, so now we at least have next year as an option. I'm interested to see what this does for the Gears franchise. Obviously I feel like it was huge back in like maybe like 2016-ish, probably. Was it before that? Like, I feel like the peak was like 2016. That's what I heard about it a lot.
Gears 1 came out and I was still living at home, so that was 2006.
Damn.
Yeah, that's when the first Gears came, like 06, 07, something like that.
2006, yeah, you're right. What
I played that shit in the back room at my mom's house. Like, I was home.
Damn. Gears of War 4 came out in 2016. Was that like a big one, or like a people like that one?
4 was the reboot, not the reboot, but when you didn't play as the core characters anymore. Okay. It was a different cast. It was like his son, I think, or something like that.
I feel like I heard a lot about this one at that time, so maybe that's why.
It was good.
But I'm curious to see if this does like revitalize it, and like I would assume that they would do some sort of like Master Chief Collection situation, probably like at some point.
The other games out.
Yeah,
they just redid the first one. I'm surprised they didn't just make that a trilogy.
I mean, knowing how companies do things nowadays, they might just be slow dripping them. But at the same, like, I mean, they could have done a Master Chief Collection, but if you can get $60 for a remastered game, why not just get $60 for it as opposed to the whole collection? You know?
Yeah.
So it'd be cool to see. I've never been a Gears person. I don't really like how the shooting works, where you like duck behind and then peek up to shoot. That's never been my thing. I didn't like it in Uncharted as well, so that's why I was like, oh, I definitely won't like Gears because I didn't like it in Uncharted. So, but
I'm a Gears person. I love Gears.
Is this a day one for you situation, do you think?
I mean, it's going to be on Game Pass, so I mean.
Well, I mean, day one playing it. Like, are you launching this day one?
Maybe we'll see where. Well, it just if they need to give me a month. I mean, when does this launch?
Gotcha.
Because if there's other things around it, there's a lot of things coming out in 2026.
For sure.
I know what we just said about how dry it is right now, but 2026 does have a lot of releases.
Oh yeah.
So it's going to depend on where this lands.
For sure. But yeah, keep an eye out for that. I'm sure that they're gonna do something soon where they release the date, like at some sort of direct or whatever, some sort of Xbox thing. But now we are at our final situation of the conversation. We recently streamed the Game Awards for the 5th year in a row with Mr. Jeff Keighley. If you haven't, and if you're at this part of the video, we've been posting a lot of shorts, TikToks, reels from the highlights of that. We still have plenty more to post, so make sure you go and check up on those and catch up on them. They've been doing pretty good, so we appreciate you guys for watching them and sticking around if you do watch them. But there were a lot of games shown off as announcements, and some with new stuff, some that we never even knew were coming. I wrote down a list here that stuck out to me the most. If you think of anything that you want to bring up as well that isn't on the list, feel free to. I'm not gonna like spend too much time on it unless we really want to stick on them. First that I put on the list that I think stuck out the most to me as like being a different thing, Coven of the Chicken Foot.
That was interesting.
It looked really, really cool, almost like Ghibli-esque animation. It gave me vibes of the Last Guardian video game where you're the little boy with that like giant like reindeer dog with wings that like you puzzle platform around and stuff. I was like, this kind of got similar vibes to that, so that was really cool looking. We did post a short about that already if you want to go look at the gameplay and see what that looks like. Next up from there was Resident Evil Requiem, where we got a big ass fucking reveal.
Yeah,
Leon.
Leon, man, that was the rumor for so long, and it came true.
Yeah. It looks really cool because not only do you get to play as Leon, but you also get to play as the female main lead who we've seen for, I don't know, since the beginning of this game being shown off. And I don't know who this woman is per se. Like, there's a scene with her and her mom, and like they're like in leagues with Umbrella or something, but her gameplay looks more along the lines of what's it called? Was it 7, where you were just kind of like running around before you got your gun and whatnot? Or no? It looks more like a survival type game as opposed to what we are streaming on Twitch every so often, Resident Evil 4. But it looks like you get to switch back and forth between the two, which is really neat. So you get
very
to go,
interesting gameplay.
Yeah, like at first I was like, oh, is this just going to be another like Ashley situation where it's like, get behind me, and then you throw a grenade at her?
Yeah. Like Chris does.
But it looks like there's like almost, not to say 2 campaigns, but almost 2 separate stories happening at the same time. Yeah. And then they come together at certain points, which is really neat, and I like the idea of that. And what else we got? This next one I think is Lego Batman, man. I am so excited for this shit.
They're selling this shit hard, and they're doing it the right way too.
Oh yeah, it looks so good, like genuinely. Like I feel like I'm gonna put so much fucking time into this game for no reason. It's kind of funny because they put up their pre-order bonuses like a little bit after the Game Awards, I think it was, and there's a Batman Beyond DLC suit that you can get for doing that, and people were kind of clowning on it a little bit because like the head sculpt or whatever looks kind of goofy, like it doesn't look right, like it doesn't look like the normal Batman Beyond thing. And then Fortnite came out with Batman Beyond, and they have that Lego mode, so they did their Lego version of it, and it looks perfect. Way better. It looks so good. There was like Epic is clowning on the Batman game, but I like the look of it either way. I can't wait to play that shit. That's like a day one for me. Like I'm pre-ordering that shit. If I have a job, I'm taking off and I'm playing it.
Wait, I'm confused
about my job.
No, I know all about that. I'm confused as to why does the Fortnite Lego look better than the actual Lego company Lego? Because wouldn't the company Lego have something to do with the Fortnite Lego?
I don't know. Genuinely,
That's
do not know.
To me. Like, well, they should probably be the same model at this point.
I don't know, but the Fortnite one looks better. Just saying. I spent money on it. Let's just put it that way. Next up, this one was kind of a surprise because when we were watching it, at first it looked like it was just like a couple levels maybe, or like a flashback scene or something along those lines, but Tomb Raider is back.
Tomb Raider's back.
Tomb Raider's back, Lara Croft. And not only is she getting a new game, which is like the big deal, while we're waiting for that new game, because that's going to take a little bit longer, obviously, because that's still in early development. They're making a game. I think Catalyst is it's like a remake / reboot / up-res, whatever the fuck you want to call it, whatever word you want to use, of the first game. And it's the full game.
Yeah, like it looks great too.
It looks so fucking good, genuinely. So that was kind of crazy to see because like I remember when we were watching, I was like, "Is this 2 games?" And like at first, it straight up just looked like maybe it was like a mission or 2, like a flashback. And then they were like, "No, that's right, 2 games, 2 2 games. And
but they made the first trailer meld so well into the second trailer. You didn't know you were watching a second one until you really looked at it.
Yeah, I was like, this looks so familiar.
Like I feel like she was thinking back to old adventures or something.
Yeah.
And it was 2 games.
But yeah, we got Catalyst, and then the main new game that's like the relaunching of Tomb Raider will be called Legacy of Atlantis. So that's pretty cool. Definitely. This next one really stood out to me. Orbitals, the Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive game. Similarly in vein with like It Takes Two and stuff like that, where it's the split screen co-op, but it's in the style of like an old Toonami animation, like kind of Akira Toriyama a little bit.
No, it looks before that. It looks like 80. I mean, Akira Toriyama was 80s, but it looks like 80s anime. It looks like Akira type anime.
Yeah. There's a little bit of Cowboy Bebop vibes too from it too, which is nice. Really neat looking. Like, it made me sad that I don't have a Switch 2, but I don't want to buy a Switch 2 just to play this game, sadly. So I feel like we might have to be a couch co-op for us. We're gonna have to do it couch co-op. Honestly, we gotta. It was funny to me because like I was looking at the characters, and they reminded me of, I don't know if you remember this game that we both bought. What was it called? It was that limited run Devolver game that we both bought.
The one that was only physical.
Yeah. I literally just played it this past weekend. Demon Throttle.
Demon Throttle, yeah. That was a good time.
Kissed my wife or something.
See, I gotta play that again now. I haven't played that. Like a little after we played it was the last time.
I played it a little bit this weekend because I was trying to get my partner to play with me, and I did 2 runs before I was like, I'm good. I don't want to play this shit. It's good, and I'm not good at it. But Orbitals looks like a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to that. For when I get to hop on your couch and play it, because I will.
Yeah, we're gonna play it.
I'm not buying a Switch 2 anytime soon.
That's a good excuse for us to do some couch co-op.
For sure. Next up, Star Wars Galactic Racer, another surprise.
I'm so hyped for that.
Yeah,
it's the closest I'm gonna get to Burnout. Like, I'm so hyped to play that game.
Well, it was from the makers of Burnout, right? Yeah. So like the Burnout devs are on it. And it's like kind of pod racing, but also not pod racing, because like there's other vehicles that you can use as well, and other like speeders and shit. Really fucking cool looking. It was technically our second Star Wars game that we got, because we did also get Fate of the Old Republic. I didn't mention that on here just because it's like, we all know that's a big deal, but like we're talking about the whoa, look at this shit ones, you know?
Yeah.
So the Galactic Racer, honestly, no offense to the Fate of the Old Republic, I know it's got the writer and like the dev from the original games and shit, but like I'm almost more excited for this straight up, just because it's just
no one saw this coming.
No one saw this coming. This is pod racing, and I will be pod racing on stream and losing. And I'm
not even Star Wars guy, but
hell yeah,
once it was made by the Burnout people and they showed them actually like making each other crash, I was like, oh yeah, I'm in. That's all I've been waiting for. If this is the way I have to get it, then I'm gonna play this.
This next one I'm gonna let you announce, because I feel like this is such a big deal to you, even though it's not your preferred one. I feel like
no. I feel like this is the bridge. This is the bridge. Megaman Dual Override, yo. I've been waiting for new Mega Man. I think the Mega Man fans have been waiting for Capcom to shed some more light on Mega Man in a big way. We got Mega Man 11. Let me look it up real quick. I forgot when that came out. We got Mega Man 11 in 2018. We got Mega Man 11 in 2018. And I want to say, I lost my window. Anyway, we got Mega Man 11 2018. I've been waiting for another Mega Man since, and hoping that like maybe they'll finally jump to Mega Man X. In the meantime, they've been putting out collections. We had the Mega Man Legacy Collection, Mega Man Legacy Collection 2. We had the Mega Man X Legacy Collection. We had the Mega Man Zero Legacy Collection. The Mega Man, what was the GBA Mega Man games? They were like RPGs, kind of.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I had toys of those too. It was like, oh geez, Morty.
Hold on, I'm about to.
Battle Network.
We had the Battle Network collection, and we just got another one. The sequel series to Battle Network. They just put that collection out.
Mm-hmm.
So it almost, if you're a conspiracy theorist, like you're looking at this like, okay, they're either sunsetting Mega Man now, or they're trying to remind everybody that he exists for something else. So when I saw this happen at the Game Awards, we were in the middle of a conversation. I didn't even realize what was happening.
I
just happened to be like, why is Mega Man on screen? And they show Mega Man Dual Override, which essentially to me is Mega Man 12 without them saying it's Mega Man 12.
Probably.
One thing I'll say, and I was watching a video Maximilian Dude put up about what he thought about Dual Override. It looks like the Mega Man's model in this game looks so much better than Mega Man 11. I hated the Mega Man 11 model that his model in that game. Mm-hmm. He just looked way too, I don't know, it looked very cheap. It had a very cheap look to it. It played like Mega Man. It was fine. It was fun, but it was a very cheap looking Mega Man. This one is going in more of the right direction. It keeps that classic style while also giving him, like, making him look more modern, more quote unquote serious. Like he takes like battle damage now. You get hit and you can see like the stuff, like the scuffs on his armor and shit. Nice touch. You can tell they're hiding something in it, like, because at the end of the trailer you hear Proto Man's theme, but you don't see him in the trailer at all. Maximilian pointed out something like in the title screen, Mega Man is very off center, like to the right, and there's all this room on this side. So people are thinking like, okay, maybe you can also play as Proto Man in this one, or Bass, for people who remember the character Bass from Mega Man 9, I want to say. It looks like they're going in the right direction, and I feel like if this does well, and they said, one of the creators also said, Capcom has come out and said, we're reinvesting into Mega Man, we want to take him seriously, we've heard the outcry. Mm-hmm. So I feel like Mega Man X has to be around the corner.
Oh, for sure.
He's got to be around the corner.
Within the next 3 years, for sure.
I just want them to treat my boy right, man. They gotta, if you're gonna bring back X and Zero, don't make it pseudo 3D how you did X7. That was trash. Don't do that. I feel like you gotta bring it, giving it in this style. I'd be fine with that.
Hell yeah.
Just go back to classic 2D, or if you're gonna take a wild swing, I don't know, I want you to do it in a way that's like, it's fun and it doesn't deter too far from what the fans want. Like, what's that Capcom game coming out that everybody kept thinking was a secret Mega Man game with the little girl with the blue coat?
Dude, I don't know what it's called, but it's very Mega Man-y though. Like, it's just, it's also like super, like, he has like the arm gun and everything, like.
Yeah, Capcom blue coat. See, I typed Capcom blue coat, and it literally is giving me blue coats
with the Capcom logo.
With the Capcom logo. Capcom blue coat.
I would just say new game, little girl. That's what it's got. He got like a little girl on his shoulder, right?
Yeah. Hold on. New game. Pragmata.
Pragmata.
But if you look up images of this game, she's literally holding her arm out in a way that would suggest she has an arm cannon. Like her coat is like she's like this, and it's like it had like I could see why people would think that.
It's a Mega Man game in secret.
That's what I think. But yeah, man, I'm very excited for Dual Override. I think the dual in Dual Override also adds to the fact that he has someone.
I was gonna say that it makes the most sense for sure.
But yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to it. I was very happy to see that they brought him back. It's been 7 years since 11, and forever since a proper,
like an actual game. Yeah, just remakes and remasters galore.
Yeah, so I'm highly anticipating it.
Hell yeah. Well, next up after that, we got I think it was the last thing they showed, if I remember correctly. From former former Apex devs and I think Titanfall devs as well. I think they showed Titanfall on the screen and we got excited for a second. A new battle royale called Highguard, which is another first-person shooter battle royale. It seems like there's like some sort of like magic or like abilities that each character gets and stuff. You also can ride horses, I think, too.
Yeah,
it doesn't look terrible. It just wasn't enough for me to be like hooked immediately. I was kind of just like, oh, cool.
Free to play.
I think it's free to play if I remember correctly. If I'm not mistaken, most of battle royale games nowadays have to be about pretty much free to play because it's like you need a player base. Like it's kind of silly to release a game with a battle royale and have to spend money for it. Like even Call of Duty Warzone is free. Like
yeah, you're right.
But it looks okay. I don't have much to say on it at the moment. Obviously, since it's from the Apex devs, like I'm familiar with what those games are in the sense of like shooter games, and I like that type of game a little bit more than like a COD or something like that as of this point in my life. So it's on my radar, but I'm not sold yet, to say the least. I'll wait for more.
And it comes out in a month. It comes out January.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing that was like crazy is that it comes out very soon.
26.
I'll play it. Like I'm not gonna not try it for sure, especially if it's free. Like I'll download anything once just to give it the good old college try. But I don't see myself playing it like consistently. Like I don't think it's like gonna be like the next big thing for me. Moving on to one thing that will be the next big thing for me, Saros. We got more gameplay for it, more in-depth look at what the story's regarding, cutscenes with other characters, so it's not just the character that Rahul Kohli plays that we play as. So it seems like there's like more going on in the world and whatnot, so that was really cool to see. We got a look at the sequel to Control Resonant, which looked really neat. They had a lot of really cool like visual things going on. That was, it was Saros. They literally put a man on a wire before they showed the trailer of it. That wasn't the first time. That was technically the second time. We'll get to that in a second. But it looked cool. I'm not much of a Control man. I told if you go check out the stream, I told the story of why I stopped playing that game when I did do that. So I know we had at least one person, Uniguff, in the chat that was very excited for that and was guessing it the entire night, and then it finally showed. So that was cool. Next up, we got a Dungeons and Dragons game, which is interesting because it's based off of the class of Warlock. So it's called Dungeons and Dragons Warlock. And I guess it's just going to be like a full ass game based around being a warlock, which is kind of cool. We didn't get much besides the cinematic trailer,
right.
So it wasn't really anything crazy. It was cool because it kind of opens up a whole new world of like, we could make a D&D barbarian game, we could make a D&D wizard game, we could make a D&D bard game, etc., etc.
Which I'm sure would be the case if this does well.
For sure. And like honestly, that'd be such a good idea for them, because it's like it doesn't have to connect at all. It could just be like really well made stories, and they're all technically in the same world. I guess they don't even technically have to be. They could be in different like planes of existence if they wanted to in D&D. So like that's kind of cool, and I'm looking forward to it, and I'm excited to see what they do with that. After that, there was 4 Loop, which is the J.J. Abrams and Left 4 Dead people coming together for a zombie looter shooter situation. It looks pretty cool. I like the way that they're progressing with it. It looks like it's like a skill tree building situation, where as you go farther into the waves, you unlock more skills in your skill tree in like a branching pattern that's reminiscent of like the Slay the Spire map kind of. And then obviously when you die, you come back, and there's a lot of visuals that are reminiscent of Helldivers. Like
I was about to say, it's very, very Helldivers.
Yeah, there was like a few things that was like, okay, that's a little bit close. And like the funny part is like it's really not like Helldivers at all, but like I don't want to say stole, because I don't think stole is the right word, but like they took inspiration from a bit like a specific set of stuff where you're kind of just like that's a little close for comfort there, but
on the nose.
Yeah. And then of all the other things, do you have any others before this that came to mind?
That Badger game.
Oh yeah, Bradley the Badger.
Yeah,
we posted a short about that. If you'd like to see our thoughts on that, go check out that short. It did really well. Somebody on YouTube decided to comment, "That's not Evan Peters," and it literally fucking was. Yeah. So stupid. But the biggest thing that they were showing off that was like the biggest deal was based around a image that was posted by Jeff Keighley before the event of this giant statue out in the desert. We all had our predictions of what it would be. I don't think we guessed it right, obviously. But
I didn't know what to guess.
Like there was like stuff like people thought it was the next God of War because there was similar armor on like the statue that looked like Kratos's.
Yeah.
And
people thought it was Half-Life 3.
Half-Life 3. Some people thought it was like the next Skyrim situation or like Elder Scrolls. But it turned out to be Divinity. And that trailer was fucking wild.
Crazy shit.
I'm kind of surprised the video on YouTube didn't get like not even demonetized, but just straight up like there's nudity. There's people literally having sex and doing crazy shit in that trailer, and then fucking crazy shit happens from there.
Dude being just set on fire.
Yeah. I'm not familiar with the Divinity series.
I'm also not familiar, but this audience was very happy.
Yeah. It is Larian, and I think it's like a series that they own like the rights to, like they own it. So it's like not like with Baldur's Gate where they're using the license from Dungeons and Dragons and Wizards of the Coast, you know, like this is their own thing, so they can do whatever the fuck they want, which is kind of interesting and makes me even more interested to see which direction they go with it, in my opinion, because it's just like, well, you guys can do anything you want. Like you're not held back by like the limitations of, hey, we don't want our brand to have this happen or have this happen. You can just do it. This is you, go. And that's really interesting to me. I don't know. I obviously we don't know what gameplay is going to look like. If it's similar to Baldur's Gate 3, that I'd probably be interested. But it's like I also don't know if I'm game for the level of like viscera and gore that this seems to be alluding to. I don't know if that's up my alley.
Maybe depending on the type, depending on how this game works and operates, maybe that's a path you don't have to go down.
Maybe. Again,
I'm not familiar, but maybe you could take things into your own hands, essentially.
We'll see. Obviously, it's still very, very early, so it's like I don't think we got any gameplay. We just got the fact that it's Divinity, so
yeah,
we'll be waiting for a while for that. But yeah, that is our news episode. As the final news episode of 2025, making our way into 2026. We will have a new podcast full length talking about what we've been playing very, very soon, with more news coming down the pipeline. Obviously, since it's the end of the year, it's a little bit lighter, even though this is an hour-long episode. We were able to
get some content out of this.
Yeah, we had a lot to catch up on and just talk about casually. Like I said at the beginning of the podcast, we will be recording a Patreon podcast right after this, casually, just talking about how our holiday went. You know, if you're interested in our holiday experience, that'll be on Patreon, unedited, unfiltered, right before this is up. If you're seeing this, it's already up on the Patreon, and you can go see it right now. You don't have to do it, but we appreciate it. And if you'd like to support us, not monetarily, in just any other way possible, you can follow us on all social media platforms. Save letter B #4 quitting on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube.
That's that titty.
That's that titty. Titty gang. The Titty Gang. It's an acronym. Also, everyone loves them.
Who doesn't love a titty?
Who doesn't? And if you don't, get out. But if you do,
you don't appreciate that.
Get out. Fucking go to savebeforequitting.com. Pick up your merch. We have a bunch of different merch options for you to check out there. We got the Titty Gang merch. We got our new logo. We got our old logo. We got bitch made shit. Which I gotta find a bitch made game and just do that as like a series. I think weekly, like just do like an hour of a scary game.
That would be funny.
Like I gotta schedule bitch made. You know, like I gotta do like a bitch made day. You know, bitch made Wednesdays. That doesn't roll off the tongue.
Bitch made Wednesdays is hilarious.
But keep an eye out for that in the new year, because we're gonna be posting more consistently in the new year, obviously. Now that we're getting the ball rolling. We also have some new stuff coming from both of ourselves personally that we might talk about in future episodes.
Yeah.
If you want to watch our own stuff. So keep an eye out for that. I already said to make sure to follow us. Join the Discord down below. I've been Chris, and this is my lovely co-host, Ant. And you've just been saved before
you quit.
Yeah.
We saved you.
That's the news.
Say thank you. That's the news.
That's the news.
That's our catchphrase.
You've been saved before you quit. That's the news.
That's the news. And that's news you can use. So don't get abused. Put on your shoes before you lose. Dudes.
Snooze.
Fuse. Get in the show. I was gonna say a word.
See you next time. Next year.
Bye, everybody. Happy New Year.
Did you like that video?
We know you did.
If so, you can check out this video right here. Or that one right there, which YouTube suggested just for your nerdy gamer person stuff. Like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you always
save before quitting.